Right, so I don't know if you can see it, but this is a snare trap with, well, it's basically one you can tread on and it will take you all your prey up. Now this can be used, this one is designed for small game like rabbits, squirrels, that sort of thing. Wouldn't take a human, but if you build it big enough with a heavy enough weight, this should do exactly that job. So if I can zoom you in, you'll notice that here there's a stick with a piece of string tied where there are two pegs, and that piece of string goes along and across the snare, and we go up, and it is now attached to the trigger, and that is when you tread on that, you release that trigger. And if we go up, you'll see some bricks and things tied to the paracord, and it loops up along that branch and down again. So you'll have to excuse the shaky cameraman work, but it's the only way I can get you closer. As you can see, that is tied, and we go along. There's the snare. That little stick just stops everything getting tangled up. Now you'll notice the trigger is tied to the trigger string, and I'll show you a close up of all this later. This one is stuck in the ground, connected there, it's tied to that, and obviously it goes up the tree, over the branch, back down. I've got some natural rocks, some kind of slate, that's all I had here, and I haven't had to cut my paracord, so it's still its original length. Now this is good for that. If you want to keep your paracord without cutting it, make a trap, this is probably, in my view, the best one, but there are lots out there. So what we're going to do now is activate the trap. Here's a little tip that I think helps quite a lot. If you place sticks and things and just raise your snare just slightly, it catches a lot better. But again, that is personal preference and where you are, what you intend to catch. So I've got to do now, using my hand as a makeshift foot, I'm going to activate the trap. As you can see, it snares and it'll take them up about this height. So this is the site where the hand went in. It goes all the way up, and it will take them to about that height where you can see that stick there, which is the snare. Obviously I had to take my hand out for filming purposes, because I can't operate the camera and be caught in a trap. So what I'm going to do now is take all this apart, put it in a clearer setting, and we'll show you the mechanics of this trap. Okay, so what we have here are the mechanics of it. Now obviously the paracord is tied round the rocks, so we can get rid of that. That acts as your spring, if you will. Then there's obviously a load of cord that goes up and around the tree. Now we get to the hard part. These are the trigger sticks. This is the trigger string and the toggle. Obviously how we're set up, you'd pull it so it's tight. This bit will be stuck in the ground. I'll bring that closer for you, and what will happen is this part will latch onto this part. So what's happening is the weight from the rocks are pulling that together. When you dislodge that, natural laws of gravity, that goes up. What will then happen anything within that snare will be snared, and it's as simple as that. And obviously the toggle, 2 sticks in the ground just to keep it there, that will pull that bit out and the whole thing will go flying. Now this ain't the only way of doing this. You could easily just attach the bait if you want to use it, turn it into a bait trap rather than a foot trap. Just tie a bit of bait here, and as they pull on that stick again it will take them up. Now this is actually part of the paracord. If you've ever took paracord apart, you'll notice it's got loads of strands inside it. All I did is cut off a fair bit like that, pulled some of the strands out to give me a thinner wire. So I did have to cut the cord relay, but I don't mind just cutting a small bit off the end just to pull out a nice fine piece of cordage. So that is the trap, and the whole trap was made just using a knife. That's all you need to make this, a bit of paracord, knife and a bit of knowledge, and it's as simple as that. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it's just a short one, but it's quite an easy trap to make. I've got to do some more videos on traps and things when I get a bit more time. So thanks for watching. Ammo out.